Welcome back to the Chit.com show, the podcast where three high school friends talk life, tech, and whatever else ChatGPT recommends. Eric, it's your turn.
Oh no, I'm not prepared. I got logged out. Just keep going. Just keep going.
That's right. We've got laughs, we've got hot takes, and today we've got a guest whose name literally means turkey house.
You heard that right. Writer, thinker, and professional landman Jake LaCaze is in the house, or should we say the turkey house?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble.
Let's talk shit. All right. Jake, who is Jake from LinkedIn? Who are you? I know we know Jake from State Farm, but who's Jake from LinkedIn? Who is that?
Jake from LinkedIn is just some guy who decided to be a little bit more of himself and found some other weirdos to hang out with on LinkedIn.
Heck yeah, brother. I'm glad to hang out with you on hashtag Weird LinkedIn.
Weird LinkedIn.
That's where the party's at.
Emo, do you like Weird LinkedIn?
I do and I don't. I don't know if I'm weird enough for LinkedIn. No, I'm definitely weird enough for Weird LinkedIn. I just
You don't get that weird though. You posted about your little convention you went to, but you don't get too weird.
You know,
I like to keep it professional.
I guess I'm old school, and I'm afraid
Profesh.
that if I need a new job and I start posting a bunch of memes on there, that my new job will be like, "You're not hired because of
You're
your
not
LinkedIn."
hired.
That's when you just hibernate your account when you guys start looking.
There you go. I need to get with the times and get into Weird LinkedIn like you guys.
Yeah, brother. It's fun. Once you go weird, you just don't go non-weird.
Absolutely.
All right, Jake, what's the 30-second summary of what you want to tell our millions and millions of screaming fans?
Subscribe to my newsletter and wait for my novel.
Oh, is it on turkeyhouse.com?
No, I have fiction at fiction.jakelacaz.com is where I have some of my fiction.
JakeLaCaze.com. That
Yeah.
doesn't flow very well,
Yeah,
bro.
and then
You need a good domain name. You need something like chit.com.
Shit.com. Yeah. I can't get Turkey House yet. That's a little there's
Is it out
some
of
of
your
the
price
company.
range?
Yeah, there's some of the company that has it.
Who has Turkey House,
There's
bro?
like some
what?
like Turkey House sausage or something like that. I can't remember. I looked it up one
What?
time.
So Jake means turkey. That's like a male turkey, right? Is that how that's Jake? And then LaCaze means is that French for house?
Yes.
French. So you're from the Bayou.
Mm-hmm. Suck the blue.
You're from where Bubba Gump Shrimp Company's at, right?
Yeah, except other side of the state. You know, the part that everybody forgets is actually Louisiana.
Oh, the part that people forget. You're from
Yeah.
the forgettable part.
Mm-hmm.
I see. All right.
And what's your social security number and credit card?
The street I was born on and my first dog's name.
Fun fact, I know my mom's credit card number from 1996 and has nothing to do with that domain name I was trying to buy in 1997 that I was telling you about. It has nothing to do with that.
What
was
do
the
you
domain
write,
name?
Jake?
I write these days. There's a lot of kind of like absurdist Southern fiction.
Oh, okay.
Like blog
That
posts
is very
or what?
unique.
Well, the I mean, up to on the fiction standpoint, you know, it's tends to be, yeah, like more like trying to find the big moments in the little moments, or the big significance in little moments. I like a lot of literary stuff, like kind of like Hemingway. Although I really like his short stories, I don't like his novels too much. But you know, I like those just kind of stories that just kind of focus on like one little moment, right? And that's kind of what I try to do with mine, because
Like mindfulness, is that what you're talking about?
kinda, or it's like sometimes it's kind of fun just to look at things that you think most people don't pick up on in the stories. Like what I like about writing about a small southern town is, you know, you can have this kind of isolated world and you can kind of create your own colorful characters. Whereas I feel like if you're talking about like New York City, you have to really know about New York City, right? Everyone's gonna be fact checking you on that. And I realized at one point I was like, well, I can't write about New York City or LA. I've never been there. I don't know what that's like. What do I know? A really small southern town. Damn, I gotta figure out a way to make that work.
Yeah.
So you looking to like kind of make a compilation book of like a bunch of different short stories, or are you writing like novellas or?
So I do have a collection that I've kind of started working on. It's all going to take place or be related to this one small town, and so it's kind of like almost like it's like an anthology, right? All these different stories that are kind of related. And then the other one I have is the big story I'm working on right now is a novel or a novella. I'm not sure which it is yet.
Do you get inspired by a lot of your landman work into your writing? Like you were, I mean, I know a lot of our listeners weren't here when we were chatting before we started, but Jake was kind of going into his landman job and about how he can kind of read into a lot of the contracts and find out a lot about their histories just based on
that would make good novellas. So yeah,
I think they would too. So that's why I was curious.
It hasn't really popped up so much in my fiction. I've written some kind of philosophical blog posts kind of about it, about the, like one of them was trying to realize like why do I like land work, because I consider myself a writer. And then I kind of realized like, oh, you're putting together a puzzle when you're doing that. And that's what writing is too, right? Except with these puzzles, like you don't have the box in front of you. You don't know what you're trying to put together, right? And so you don't know what pieces you might be missing. And I realize that's kind of what I like about it. And then just like I said, some philosophical things like what is a landman these days? Because I've been in the field like 17 years and a lot has changed. So, you know, I'm feeling really old these days. Like that guy's like, oh, not like when I got in the biz.
Do you run into people that just have fuck you money? You know, like as a landman, you have to run into people that just have, you know, millions and millions of dollars, and they just live a different life. So they'd make like a good character, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what is interesting about the oil and gas industry is you get a bunch of characters. Because think about it, it's like the ultimate high risk, high reward thing, and so you get people who have. If you look at just history, some of the colorful characters, you get people who have gone bankrupt like 3 or 4 times. They still go back for one last time, and then they hit it big.
Like
you know?
El Presidente Caliente. Shout out to the Don.
But yeah, and that's one reason I think what you asked though about the fuck you money. That's one reason that I think a lot of people don't like the oil and gas industry. Is that sometimes the oil and gas industry is doing really well while the rest of the economy is suffering. And it kind of looks like they're flaunting and, you know, kind of out of touch.
Out of touch, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But not me. I'm a man of the people.
Says the
Jake
lawyer
is a
who
man of
lives
the people.
in...
That's why he's come back to LinkedIn to just show his flock the ways.
I was about to say, says the lawyer who lives in South Lake.
Bro, I look, but I am a man of the people, bro. I'm a man of the people.
He did have beignets with me the other day. He's a true man of the people. I had
beignets with Jake. I went down to his little shanty, to his little coffee house, his little embarrassing little, like, you know, he paid without Apple Pay. You know, you guys know I only pay with Apple Pay. He paid with a credit card. He actually had like a peasant.
I did that?
He had a credit card.
I use Apple Pay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
He paid for mine, and I was like, "Yeah, it's because I can't break 1,000."
Can you break 1,000, please?
Can you break 1,000?
It's like this little mom and pop coffee shop, tiny little coffee shop. That's funny.
There are $1,000 bills, though. We're not like actually completely joking. There really are $1,000 bills.
Are there really?
Oh, yeah. I'm a currency collector as a hobby.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Who was the president on the Bills? I can't remember.
Isn't it Grover Cleveland, or am I tripping? I might be tripping. He's on the 50.
For whatever reason, I'm thinking Kennedy, but I know that's probably wrong.
I don't think it's Kennedy. No, it came out before Kennedy. This bill was famous in like This was famous in like the Rockefeller days.
Yeah, it was only
non-B.
It was only in circulation for like a decade or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's why they're collector's items.
Yeah.
So Jake, right, I might have missed. I know you're talking about your writing. What's your latest book called? Did you say the title of the book?
The working title is A Perception of Time.
Oh, nice. That's already taken. You're gonna need a good title, trademark lawyer for that one, buddy.
I'm sticking with that one.
What is
Okay,
a perception of time? What's the quick summary of that one?
It's it's an absurdist grief novel, and it's very heavily influenced by Kurt Vonnegut, Slaughterhouse-Five.
Kurt Vonnegut and your dad's passing, right?
Yeah. Mom and dad's passing.
Yeah.
Little joint grief.
You said that those both happened close to you, so you had a lot of grief.
Yeah.
So
6 weeks apart. It was a great time.
Jeez, man.
Oh man,
That's back in 2012, right?
2011. Yeah.
2011. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing was, I tried writing this story numerous times, and then I was watching this Kurt Vonnegut documentary, Unstuck in Time, and it was talking about whenever he. I don't know if y'all have read Slaughterhouse-Five, but
yeah,
okay,
I loved it.
Okay.
I didn't read it. I listened to it.
So it's all about the firebombing of Dresden, right? And the thing was, he realized he couldn't tell that story by being uber serious about it. And I was like,
yeah,
that's what's missing, man. That's it. Like, this story is such a downer. Needs some little humor injected into it. So that's when it started taking off.
Yeah, everybody needs a little humor. Like, I mean, I think that humor helps a lot of things, and it helps you with the really tough stuff you go through and just the monotony of the day-to-day sometimes too.
Yeah.
Max only listens to audiobooks because he doesn't know how to read.
I'm not very good at reading. I'm the one lawyer in the world that's not too good at reading, All right, what's a story, quick story from you being a landman? The people kind of want to know what's the real day-to-day like.
Well, we deal with the cartels every day.
You get a lot of bags put over your head.
Yeah. No, not any big ones like we were just talking about earlier. It's just you get like these little ones like just dealing with people in the courthouse, especially like some of the old ladies. If you can just like butter them up,
oh yeah, I'm good at buttering up old ladies.
But then you find the ones like the small town where you think it'd be easy, and it's like they ain't playing that.
It's like My Cousin Vinny, where it's like it ain't easy because it's like that's how we do it.
You ain't from here, kind of thing.
Yeah, you ain't from here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking. We were talking earlier about some of the affidavits and stuff. Like one, you can actually find it on the Landman subreddit. This is not one that I had seen, but someone posted on there.
Landman?
Yeah. Like someone posted something back in the day. It was like something from West Virginia. It said. It was talking about, Jane Doe had a child with so-and-so. He was also her father. You're like, whoa, you just
what the heck?
Threw that in there? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I think is really fun.
So that's a good answer to what Daniel's question was I see on the notes, it says, have you found anything weird or wild when digging through the records? That's something pretty weird and wild.
I do have one kind of personal, or like from what I've actually done. It was somewhere in East Texas. I wish I could remember where it was. And I was doing some title research. It was funny that there was in this one house, there was a white man and then a black man with the same name who had lived there. And so they had to do an affidavit being like, the white John Doe, blah, 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 the black John Doe. And thought that was
that's like Homer Simpson. He has like on his hand written Carl equal black, Lenny equal white.
Yeah, it was just they had to break down like the white one was an attorney and the black one did this, and so they had to break down the airship and all that stuff.
Is it true that they recently killed off Marge Simpson on The Simpsons? Speaking of The Simpsons,
what? That
Did
sounds
you hear
like
that? Is
diabolical.
Is that AI? Is that fake? I don't know.
I think that's AI.
It might be AI. I thought I saw an article. I haven't seen the episode, but
that would change the entire just the feel of The Simpsons. I guess they already did that once, and that didn't work out too well for them around like season 12 or whatever. But just changing the feel so much like that would be like South Parkian. That's like, oh my God, they killed Kenny.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me fact check it in real time. Did Marge Simpson die?
All right, while he's doing that, Jake, here's our question on the notes. What's the secret to life or the meaning of life? Is it 42, as we all learned?
Sorry, my husky wants to chime
There's
in.
the secret.
The
That's the
secret.
secret to
The
life.
secret is that on a long enough timeline. Shut up, dog. On a long enough timeline, none of this matters. So you must as well enjoy the ride. That's the secret of life.
That's true.
He's trying to tell us the secret, and you're telling him to shut
I know,
up.
he was
I'm
speaking
listening.
up.
Her secret of life is walks. That's why she's mad right now. She wants to go for a walk.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because your whole family's out of town, so you haven't been walking her enough.
Well, and then I sprained my shoulder because I tripped over this stupid dog about a week ago. So I
thought you
can't.
said that the rat was the stupid one. I mean, the Chihuahua.
They're both stupid. They're dogs.
So, quick update in case anyone cares. It says that she did not die. It was a flash forward to when she does die, but she is alive and well in the current.
Oh, geez. Well, good,
timeline.
Marge. I'm glad that she's alive and well and the same age. We are older than the Simpsons, by the way. All four of us are older than Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
How old is Homer Simpson in the show?
I think in one episode they say that he's 32.
Really?
Wow.
Man,
Yeah.
he's a really rough 32-year-old.
Has some
Yeah,
hard
I
miles.
was about to say.
Good lord.
I mean,
sorry,
we're not far
That was terrible.
behind.
Apologies to Homer. All right. We got to do the Dallas sports update. Jake has got to take the pro of why Cooper Flag's going to be good, and Daniel's got to take the cons of why he's going to be bad.
The Mavs need it desperately since they got rid of Luka.
Yeah, they need another
So-
white guy with basketball talent, which
Yeah.
is rare to find.
Yeah, let's trade him away.
Yeah,
No.
the Mavericks have a history of picking white basketball players to be their stars, don't they?
I know.
Is
They
that
did
a
that
trend?
with Derek.
I mean, it works
Yeah.
out as long as you don't trade him away. You know.
Okay, so the con is that he's young, he's untested. He could flare out. I mean, there's been plenty
He's a
of
dookie.
first round, like first picks that just ended up being crap. I mean, heck, who remembers the guy that was drafted in front of Michael Jordan? I don't.
I forgot his name. I knew
Sam
it before.
Bowie, was it? Number one.
Yeah, it was Bowie. But no, it's I just think their whole team is. I mean, besides him, everyone's just kind of old, and I
Yeah,
think
everybody's like
they're
40.
they're the ones that are gonna break before he does.
And Kyrie
And
just signed
he's
for like
too-
$50 million a year, man, and he's freaking 40 years old.
He's just he's gonna have to carry the whole team on his back through most of every season, and I just don't think he's developed enough for that. So it's gonna be a rough
Yeah,
couple of
because
years.
he was
and then-
born when we were in 11th grade. We were in 11th grade. We were already done taking webmastering. We mastered the internet already.
Well, I have a question related to that, since y'all are actually, Mavs fans by the sounds of it. Like, is it hard to get excited because this is the team that did trade away Luka? Like,
Yeah.
or you think this?
I
Are they
stopped
going to
watching
put
every
together
game,
anyone
yeah.
around him?
Yeah, I stopped watching everything once Luka was traded, and it was impossible to watch the games. Like, you just lose your spirit.
Mm-hmm. So they want to get excited.
So my thing now is that I care more about the players than the teams.
Yeah,
Like
me
the
too.
teams just the way they trade back and forth and do all these stupid moves, it all just seems like a joke to me. And really, all I want to do is just follow specific players
Yeah.
and their growth and development and all that. So
All right. Well, that's as much of the Dallas sports as Emo can handle because he hates sports. He only thing he likes is tech.
Over here.
So let's switch over to the movie nostalgia draft, and why don't we let our guest do the number one pick? Let's make this a recurring thing where we let the guest have the number one pick.
all right.
And so we're doing movies from the 90s, early 00s. Jake, take it away with the number one draft pick. We're going to update the notes as this goes.
So it's just a movie within that time span.
Yeah. This
A
is
nostalgic
Nostalgia
movie.
Draft 4.0.
But it's like my nostalgia movie.
Yeah, something that you
Okay.
watched back then, that you liked.
Train Spotting.
or it could be something now. What was that?
Train Spotting.
Train Spotting. What a that is like picking Anthony Bennett with the #1 pick. That is literally like picking Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan. That's embarrassing. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
solid choice.
You said nostalgia. Like I saw.
No, it's good. Now I know. Now that makes sense for a lot of your LinkedIn posts. Your LinkedIn posts make a lot of sense now. A whole lot of sense. All right, let's let Eric, Mr. Quiet Man tonight, take the #2 pick.
I'm just letting our guests shine, and I'm also unprepared for this episode. But I do know my #1 pick. Well, I'm kind of deciding on the fly here, but I think for me, I'm gonna have to go with The Lion King.
Ooh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
The music,
wow.
The fatherly themes,
Mowak.
it slaps, man. And I'm actually excited because I get to go see The Lion King not on Broadway, but basically Dallas's Broadway. I forget what they call it. The professional production of The Lion King this Sunday. Ooh. My wife won some tickets for it.
So off Broadway. She won again, bro. She's literally rigging that thing.
She literally wins all the time. I don't understand.
Because she's the only one that wants to watch a freaking musical, bro.
I guess.
All right, Mr. Spooky,
musicals
what's your
can be
pick?
Cool. I actually enjoy, mainly as a show. I don't really like musicals so much as a movie, but going to musicals is actually legit. I think they're awesome.
I'm especially excited for The Lion King. I've always wanted to see that in musical form. I think it's going to be cool. Anyways, go ahead. Take it away, Spooky.
All right. For my pick, I'm going with a classic, and I have a feeling that this was probably going to be one of Max's picks, but I'm taking it from him. Actually, this might have been one of Jake's picks, being his... well, we'll see. I pick Forrest Gump.
Oh, that was going to be my second round pick. I wasn't going to waste the first round pick on Forrest Gump, but, you know. All right, I'm going to pick...
I guess Forrest Gump is more Alabama, not Louisiana.
But it's still Southern.
So.
Yeah. That's a great pick, though. That's a great pick.
Mm.
That's like picking a white guy in the first round, though. You know, it's like, come on. I don't know. I don't know how much basketball talent he's going to end up having. We'll see, though. Tom Hanks was pretty good. I guess he's a pretty good actor. I'm going to pick Shawshank Redemption.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Yeah. It's just too good. It's got everything in it. It's such a good rewatch movie.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
If it comes up on the TV show, like if you're watching TV and you see Shawshank Redemption, you're a heathen if you switch the channel. You're a heathen.
Yeah.
All right, now we're doing snake style, so it's my turn again. I'm going to do my favorite movie of all time, Life is Beautiful.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I don't think I've seen that one either.
It came out in Italian first, and then they were like, this is so cool, so we're going to dub it with English.
Okay.
What's it about?
It's about a guy that's in a concentration camp, and he's like, fuck.
Feel good movie.
It is a feel-good movie. It really is, though. Like, no cap. And it's a feel-bad movie.
Is it like The Pianist?
Yes. It has that same kind of feel to it. Yeah.
Definitely feel good. Yes.
But it'll make you want to live in the moment, though, and that's what I love about it. It's a mindfulness movie. And basically, my favorite book is actually called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. And it says that hope is what kept people who lived from people who died in the concentration camp. It really was hope that separated them. So this movie kind of takes that idea from Viktor Frankl's book and personifies it into a movie. All right, so now it's spooky.
Read or seen either of those.
Back up. Okay. This is a tough one. I think I'm going to go because I'm a big sci-fi nerd. So I'm going to have to pick the eclectic and strange and weird Fifth Element.
Oh, that's good. One of Bruce
Yeah.
Willis's best movies.
Yes.
And was it Uma Thurman or who else was in it?
Mila Jovovich, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Mila Jovovich. Yeah, I get them mixed
Mhm.
up. They both are similar.
Kick-ass heroin types.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I had to
All
ask
right.
ChatGPT for my next ones. I hope you guys don't steal it.
I think I'm gonna steal it right now. You ready?
No.
Da, 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 da,
I know
da.
what this one is.
Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Jurassic
that's a good
Park.
one. Good pick. Good pick.
Classic
Very worthy of a second
dinosaur
round pick.
epic.
Yeah.
Revolutionized CGI.
Really did.
How well does that stand up to time, though? Can you watch Jurassic Park 1 again, like in 2025, and be like immersed?
I haven't watched it in a couple years, but yeah, I feel like it does kind of stand up.
Yeah, I watched it just a few years ago and thought it stood up.
Yeah.
Dude, the Tyrannosaurus Rex is still terrifying.
Yeah.
For real.
I was so scared of that movie as a kid.
Same.
All right, we up to Jake now?
Yeah, I'll go with the
Sweet.
original Lilo and Stitch.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Good
Dipping
one.
into the early OOs like that. Nice.
Have you seen the newest one?
No, I will not.
What does Ohana mean? Do you know?
Oh man,
I don't
it's
know what it
actually
means.
really
No one
good.
gets left behind.
I actually really liked it. I don't know, you might be surprised. It got me in the feels.
Yeah, but I just don't like Lilo. I like Stitch, you know? I'm a Stitch kind of guy.
The little
right, whose turn
actress,
is
I
it?
don't know her name, who did Lilo was really good. Who played Lilo?
No.
Wait, isn't it? Does Jake go again? 'Cause
Yeah,
he's at
Jake
the
goes again.
end,
Jake-
so he
Oh, I
gets
go.
one more.
again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because we do a snake style, so it's woo.
Ooh.
Woo.
I mean, in honor of, the sequel being out in theaters, I gotta go 28 Days Later.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yeah.
Oh, that movie is so underrated. 28
Yeah.
years later, how do you even how's that going to live up? I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't know.
I'm excited. It's got Alex Garland back writing
Does
and
it, have,
directing.
it has the same director?
I think, yeah, Danny Boyle came back. So Danny Boyle directed Trainspotting and 28 Days Later. So it's kind of funny.
Ooh.
Got
They
theme
kind of
going
have
there.
a similar vibe to them.
Yeah, they were low budget kind of films, but yeah, so I think Danny Boyle is back directing 28 years later, sorry, and Alex Garland, the original writer, wrote the screenplay for this last one too.
Nice.
Okay. Who's up next?
I think
me.
it's you.
Emo.
Ooh, there's so many good ones, man. I feel like we should have narrowed this down to just 90s or just 2000s because
Yeah, we should have.
there's so many. I'll go into the 2000s. And
Don't steal what I want though. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't think I will. It might be controversial. Nah, I don't know. I just love the music in it and everything. The Incredibles.
Ah, that's a good pick. Yeah, I had a different thing when Mrs. Elastigirl showed up. I had an epiphany of sorts.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Spooky.
Okay. Yeah, there's just so many good choices. Oh my gosh. Okay. This next one I think I'm gonna pick is Home Alone.
Ooh, good pick.
Home Alone. Yeah.
Didn't you pick
the
that in
90s
another
were-
draft?
I think I
Yeah,
did.
maybe we already did this.
What was the other draft that we did? Didn't we do movies from? We might be tripping.
No,
But we're-
it was was it the quotes?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it
was
was the
quotes.
quotes one.
Yeah,
Movie
quotes.
quotes.
Yeah, that's what we did. We didn't do
Okay.
movies.
We've done so many
Yeah.
episodes; it's hard to keep up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
so
lost
many.
count. I've lost count of all the episodes we've done.
All 7 of them,
We've,
right?
we've done 6. All right, I'm gonna pick now. I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm going Napoleon Dynamite.
Mm.
Oh, good one. I saw that
Napoleon,
in
give me some of your
theaters.
thoughts.
It took
You
me.
saw it in theaters?
I saw it in theaters. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
a good
I think I
movie.
did too. I didn't appreciate it so much back then, though. I didn't appreciate how good it was.
Yeah, there was like nobody in that theater, and it was like opening day or opening week or something like that. And there was nobody there.
That was a sleeper hit.
Sleeper hit.
That's true.
Cult classic, as they say.
Yeah.
As the youth say.
Is it my turn again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It is.
All right, so I'm gonna go. Man, so many good ones are taken. Let's see. The Big Lebowski.
Mm. I just
I
rewatched
love
that
it.
like 2 weeks ago.
It's
Big
so
L.
weird towards the end. Like, it's just such a great movie for the first like hour and 15 minutes, and then it gets so freaking weird that you start to like kind of lose interest. But then it like settles everything towards the end. So, like, you got to stick with it. But it's really good.
That is exactly how I felt about Pulp Fiction too.
Yeah.
It's like really good, gets really weird, and then wraps it up really well.
Yeah.
I get that.
All right, Spooky, your turn.
All right. So in the 90s and 2000s, I was very much into the Jim Carrey
Porn.
movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yes, that too. But I mean, I was a teenage kid, I was a growing boy. So I'm man, there's just so many good Jim Carrey movies, but I think I'm going to have to settle on Liar Liar.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with a different one. That's a good one though.
Trust me, it was toss up
Yeah.
between that other one, which I have a feeling you know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I think I know what your other one is.
Yeah.
All right, Emo, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say?
You know, hey now, I think you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go play. I'm gonna go with Shrek.
Oh my, that's a good pick. Yeah.
I just it changed.
Are you an onion?
I am an onion. It's a great movie,
All right.
man.
Jake, what
Very
do you say?
nostalgic.
What do you say?
I'm gonna play to the crowd. Bunch of middle-aged white guys. Fight Club.
Oh, that's a good pick. I was thinking that.
Yeah.
That was in my hopper.
Jake has a lot of really deep movies. You can tell that he's a writer.
Yeah.
I'm over here with Shrek. The Incredibles.
Hey, he picked Lilo and Stitch too.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's true. That's true.
I was gonna pick Pee-wee's Big
There was a
Adventure,
kid-
but that's 85, so I couldn't do that one.
All right. Let's see. Who goes again? Jake goes again, right?
Oh shoot.
mm-hmm.
All right, American Psycho.
Oh, great one. My name is Patrick Bateman. I'm 27 years
You
old.
return some videotapes.
All right, Mr. Emo, look up Chat GPT
Great
because I know you don't
novel,
have
too,
any
by the
more.
way.
Great what?
Great novel.
Wait, it's-
American Psycho.
Oh yeah,
It's not my turn, is it?
yeah it is.
It
No.
is.
How many rounds are we doing, by the way?
We're finishing. This is the last one.
Oh, this is my last pick?
Yeah.
I think my mic just started giving me static, so sorry. For my last pick, I'm gonna go for man. I gotta go Toy Story.
Good pick. Great movie.
Can you tell that I like animated films?
Yeah. This guy just hates actors.
It's true. F those guys.
Is it spooky?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's
it's
he's frozen in time.
He's frozen in time.
Billy Pilgrim.
The edibles finally hit.
Okay. Okay, this one's gonna kind of seem strange coming from me, but I still think it's a great movie even today. I'm actually really sad that they remade it. It is, well, does anybody get this quote? She doesn't even go here.
Yeah, Legally Blonde.
No.
I feel like I should know that.
It's Mean Girls.
Oh, wow.
I actually
Wow.
haven't seen that.
Oh man, such a classic. So funny.
Hey, Daniel, you know how I know you're gay?
How's that? Tell me.
No, I was just quoting from a really good movie, but I'm not going to pick that movie. That was
you're
a
not
fake
gonna pick
out.
that movie?
Is that Knocked
I'm
Up?
gonna
I was
do-
like, is that?
I'm going to
Is that
do my
Mean Girls?
Facebook quote. I'm going to do my Facebook quote. It's never changed in my profile ever. When you click my profile, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius,
Nah,
Father of a
I
murdered
knew this was
son.
coming.
husband of a murdered wife. I'm going to pick Gladiator.
Gladiator.
That was up there in one of my
And I
picks.
can't believe that. When Daniel was like, I can't believe they remade it. I was thinking Gladiator 2. Like, why would they make a Gladiator 2? Why would they do that?
Money.
Yeah.
There's the answer.
Because money.
Just money. All right, back to questioning the landman about things. Is that why people do oil and gas? Is it just money?
Oh yeah. Yeah. They'll never admit it, but that is why.
Power,
It's definitely not. It's definitely ethics, right?
Oh yeah.
ethics
For sure.
Yeah.
Be ethical and to be fair.
No, I mean
everyone
someone's
in the
gotta
world?
fight the cartels, you know?
Yeah, they're busting up rocks near me, and my brother who works in my shed, he is like, man, why are they they're fracking near you or something? So, but nobody does that for just for the heck of it, putting a big oil derrick in there and destroying the earth, Mother Earth.
Yeah, there's gotta be a good payoff if you're gonna do that.
I might
So
have missed
that's-
it in the beginning. What exactly do you do in the field, in the industry? I mean,
So I started off as a field landman, so going to the courthouses, running all the records, going from patent when the state of Texas conveyed it to an individual, all the way to today, following out the mineral interest.
Chain of title.
Yeah, the chain of
That's fun.
title. And then I moved in house with an operator out in West Texas for a bit, and then after that came back to DFW and kind of just did some mineral buying, and now I moved more into mineral management. So like in the past I worked for a major bank, and now I work for a company that does just mineral management. And so it's dealing with universities, hospitals, banks, like just all their
Ew.
clients.
Man, I hate universities and hospitals. Those are the heathens of the world, the peasants, so to speak.
Well, we don't have to deal with the government, so that part's good.
Yeah,
I
government is
guess
terrible.
university gets close enough, but
University
don't-
is the government.
yeah.
I don't understand how universities have the audacity to not only take my tuition money for 4 years, but then still years down the line, I still get like alumni notifications. They're like, give
Yeah.
us more money. And I'm like, I already gave you my money.
I don't have any of that.
I don't have any.
Yeah, you're the reason I have nothing to give.
Still paying that off, bucko.
Well, cool.
So
I'm
When-
having
when
technical
can we-
difficulties
You go
over
ahead,
here.
Daniel.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, when can we expect your book out, Jake?
I'm hoping to have the first draft by the end of the year.
Oh, very nice. Do you
So
have like are you
2036,
gonna self-publish or
I
you find a
don't
publisher? Or...
I don't know. I would probably either I probably will self-publish it in some way. The question is, will I do something like Kindle, or will I just give it away 100% for free? Because I don't think I'm going to make any money off it.
Don't do
I'll
free.
read your audiobook for a commish.
Just kidding. For a commission. Hey, have you heard Max's narration voice? That's pretty good.
I did see a little clip you posted on LinkedIn one time saying, hire me for your voice acting or something.
Hire me for your voice acting.
In a world.
He can only do the movie man voice, though. That's all he's got.
In a world. I'm a one-trick pony, baby.
One trick pony.
So what's life like in the bed, Jake? You know, Bedford, not like your bed.
Whoa. Whoa. Getting real personal with Jake
Let's take
here.
that question offline.
Offline? All right.
Yeah, no. Life in the bed, as you put it, is really good.
It's a quiet little town like South Lake in like Globe.
Yeah, I'm only like a 6-minute drive from everything I need. Don't even have to hit the highway. I like it.
Way better than Grand Prairie.
Totes.
Yeah, Bedford's where it's at.
Have you been to Bedford, Emo?
Yeah, I used to live, I think, in Bedford.
You think you're like I don't really know.
When the
for
mid
sure.
cities they all blend
I've lived
together.
so
you know?
many. Yeah, they'll blur together. It was right in that area. It was a townhome back in the day, and it got flooded, so that sucked. But
From
other than
Mm-hmm.
the lake over there.
no, the neighbor's like water heater exploded, and all the water came because it was a townhome. So yeah, that was no fun, but it was a great area.
That's no bueno.
I've lived in quite a few different places, believe it or not.
All of which are in DFW.
All of which are in DFW.
He's lived in like every spot of DFW. He's like, you know, especially like not Dallas proper, right? He's just like trying to be everywhere but Dallas proper.
Pretty much. But, you know, DFW, the size of DFW airport is like the size of Paris. Have you seen that?
What? The size of DFW airport is the size of Paris? What?
Have you haven't seen that infographic? Yeah.
No, I need to post that on LinkedIn.
They used to also have the billboards that said that DFW Airport is the size of Manhattan. You know, in Texas is like what, the size of size of France? I mean,
yeah, I believe it. Look it up, Max. ChatGPT.
I'm looking it up. Overlapped on top of Paris. So 18.4 square miles of the airport for 12.5 millions for Paris. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. That doesn't make sense, ChatGPT.
You can't rely on ChatGPT
It's
for
almost
everything.
as big
That's
as
why
the
you always
entirety.
fact check ChatGPT,
It's
listeners.
almost as big. Yeah, we got to put this graphic up
yeah,
on the
thank
screen.
you.
It's
Please
not,
put that disclaimer.
not quite
out.
as big.
Jake, did you use ChatGPT to write any of your novel?
No,
Oh,
hell no.
We're gonna
That's
fact
good.
check that.
I did use it for questions about like inspiration. I would ask it about something related to my theme, but then I would also ask it, give me something like related to this to read, rather than just take what it said. Give me the sources.
Some
Yeah,
inspiration.
That's fair. You can do it for inspo, like how I use Pinterest for inspo.
Well, that's
Follow-up question. What's the craziest thing you've used ChatGPT for? Or most interesting? Doesn't have
He's trying to get you to admit to crimes right now.
no. I like to.
I might be.
I like to test it and see how easy it is to break, because I'm also not that skilled at it. So if I can break it, it tells you it's not too great. I asked it one time. This isn't really like. It's just interesting in the fact of like how easily it could screw up. I asked it one time to list every U.S. state that has a letter N in it, and when it did it, I was like, "That
I
looks."
can do that. Alabama.
So I was like, "This looks good, right?" Because every state listed had in. Then I was like, "Well, how would I double check that?" Well, ask it every state that it didn't include, right? And my first request, and then it says like. Yeah, I had Arkansas, California, Louisiana. It's like, okay, this is weird. And then it went through another pass. It caught itself Went through again, and it's like, oh wait, there's still some N's in here. Hold on, we're going through the third pass, and then at the end, it still had letters that had, or states that had the letter N in it, and then it also omitted South Dakota on the last pass, and I was like, this is really weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of N's in South Dakota.
Yeah. But I use it mostly for proofreading, not really writing my articles, but just like, hey, you know, how's this blog post look? And if it tells me that it doesn't make sense, then I'm like, okay, there's definitely an issue there.
I don't make sense. I make chicken. You'd love that chicken from Popeyes.
That reminds me of the viral story of have you seen that of the ChatGPT, the guy that asked how many R's are in strawberry?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's always a good test too. Yeah. Hey,
That was a funny one.
Gary Marcus, he's a big critic. He's a big AI guy, but he likes to sift through the bullshit. I will post every once in a while where if you go on, was it Dolly, and ask it to have a horse riding an astronaut, it can't do it. It'll do an astronaut riding a horse.
Yeah, that's because horses can't ride astronauts. That's like just a scientific fact.
Yeah, but I mean,
Dolly is
but someone
man
could
of
draw
science.
that. Someone could draw that.
Not Salvador. Is Dolly from like based on Wall-E? Like I think they're kind of similar.
Oh no, I'm just gonna make a mock image generator called Golly.
Golly.
That's a good one.
You'd fit right in on chit.com.
Yeah, because we just love puns.
Well, it's funny. I was listening to one of your most recent episodes, and it was really hard to tell if y'all were saying shit or shit half the time.
Yeah, we were just mixing them up.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
That's like half of our segments are just based on shit.
Did I hear you
I need my
admit you
hat,
actually
Max.
listen to the podcast? We actually have someone
Well,
that listens?
Yeah, I had to prep. You know, I had to see what I was walking into.
Yes. Need the hat.
I'm keeping the tag on though because I need this $6. I spent $58,000 on the domain name for chit.com. I need the $6 for this hat to, come back.
What is the most you've ever spent on a domain name?
$58,000.
You're,
How's that turning out for you, Max?
There's really good ROI. We're getting a hell of a lot
Yeah,
of viewers.
it's now worth $59,000.
Yes.
I've been littering the internet with chit.com puns. So littering the internet, just littering.
He's hoping his hype will raise the price.
Like
we
I
gotta
raised
hit that
the roof.
11 billion, right?
We're gonna get 11. We're not selling for less than 11 billion. How do you split 11 billion three ways though? That's like impossible. There's no way to do it.
I guess we gotta.
that would be a
Get
good problem to
bacon on
have
this.
when that comes up. I'm sure y'all could find a way.
That's how we're getting spooky back to South Lake. Is we're gonna get chit.com. It's gonna skyrocket in value, just like the Doom Zoom, and he'll be able to afford a house in South Lake if he has $11 billion, but only if he has $11 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, it checks out.
Dude. Some of those houses are crazy.
All right,
I would.
go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'd fully expect there to be $1 billion house in South Lake in
Yeah,
the next 20 years.
Jake, if you could live anywhere, where would you live?
Oh God, now you sound like my wife.
Oh God,
She always wants me to dream, and I try.
dream. I'm asking you to dream.
Yeah, I tell her life's better if you have no expectations. That seriously, I don't know because I've lived in Louisiana and Texas, and that's it.
Mm.
So I'm
What
not very
about
well traveled.
DFW Airport? I hear it's a lot like Paris. Imagine living in the airport like fucking terminal. Like you're just like, my name is Viktor Navorsky.
Yeah, I don't know where I'd live. Somewhere smaller, Less traffic,
Bedford.
fewer people.
Terminal C is where I would live if I got to choose anywhere where to live. Terminal C.
I'd pick Skytram.
Skytram. We need to do that as a segment. Places to live at DFW Airport.
There you go. First class for me.
First class.
Just on a
Dude,
random
first
airplane.
class is too like uppity for me. There's too much. You have too much leg room, and you get like champagne and stuff. It's too uppity. I've done
You
it
gotta have
once
that
in my life.
edge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you're just too rich. People look at you like there's a target on your back because you're so rich.
You get to get on the plane first, and then you get to all the looks of like hate and rage from all the people
Yeah.
walking back to coach. Just like
What I like to
these
do is fly
motherfuckers.
Southwest because they don't have first class, and then just sit in the front and pretend like I'm in first class.
Dude, they're getting rid of flags fly free, man.
They're becoming like every other airline.
Yeah. Southwest no longer the best.
Yeah, boo. No sponsorship from Southwest for us.
Boo. We're doing what is like a terrible one? Ryan Airways. Yeah.
Ryanair.
I've never even
Ryanair.
heard of that.
Y'all didn't have a sponsor for today's episode.
Oh, well, we are now. This episode sponsored by generic toilet paper. For if you
Generic
got a
toilet paper.
chit while at some place where it's unfortunate.
All right, well, I think we're all getting delirious, and I'm having technical difficulties, so I think I'm going to call it.
All right, we're
My
calling
mic
it.
is acting up.
Yeah.
We're calling it. We're posting it on LinkedIn. We're calling it.
Oh gosh.
All right, Jake, thanks for coming on. We'll be back next Thursday with some more Action Jackson.
Peace, guys.
Jake,
Later.
you should join us.